Politics is local, security is local, development is local, even agitation is local. If you don't have local support or grassroots support structure, you cannot succeed in politics, you cannot succeed in the area of security, development, you cannot succeed. Even agitation, if you don't have the support of a local structure or grassroots support, you cannot succeed. That is why we are saying that southern Nigeria need to look inwards and find ways of securing the region because of this existential threat. Don't wait on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What they are doing in Aso Rock, it's politics. I tell you, a lot of lies and manipulation and deceit is going on in Aso Rock. As Southerners, we need to come together and make sure that your community, let them be conscious of securing every land, border, and sea. I repeat, everybody needs to come together. Look at Kwara State. Kwara State is saying, Kwara State Yoruba people are saying that we want to join the Southwest. Kogi, Yorubas in Kogi are saying that we want to join the Southwest because one Nigeria is destroying people's heritage, their culture, and their tribe. One Nigeria. Now, before one Nigeria, the Fulani were dealt with by the Yorubas and the Middle Belt. Yorubas and the Fulani, they fought a long war. And the Fulani, the Yorubas were able to upstage them, attack them, and push them back. The Middle Belt also did the same thing, but under one Nigeria. One Nigeria. These same communities that pushed back against Fulani, that fought the Fulani to a standstill, these same communities are helpless. If you are waiting for the federal government, my brother, you will not achieve any success in securing your land. That is why I said security is local. Everybody needs to be intentional about his own village and community. Look at ways whereby you can comb your forest. Know everybody staying in your environment. I've said it. You see, Tinubu as a politician, how did he succeed? He has a structure, not just federal structure. He said, Emilo Kon. He used the Yoruba stuff to enter power. Why did they give Obasanjo presidency? Because they felt that a Yoruba man needed to compensate Abiola. A Yoruba man needed to get into power. Buhari had a structure, a base before he became president. So as a politician, as a leader, as a community leader, you need grassroots structure and support to succeed in anything in Nigeria. Don't wait for one Nigeria. Don't wait for the federal government before you can secure yourself. Because what happened to Sunday Jackson may happen to you. I repeated, a particular lawyer said that according to the law, if you are engaging with a bandit and the bandit has a gun, you are dragging with that bandit and the gun falls from the bandit, you seize the gun. If you kill the bandit, it is manslaughter, maybe as a result of shock. That shock, you not kill the bandit. It is manslaughter. Then if it's like you deliberately wanted to even kill that bandit for attacking you, they will call it revenge, which is murder. So in Nigeria, the system called Nigeria is not fair to people in southern Nigeria. It is fair to those that created that constitution. That is the Fulani. So if you don't realize that, if you don't put your house in order, I like what the Southwest governors are doing. They are setting a pace. Everybody is talking. Or your state gets chopper. The Southwest is not under siege as other regions, but they are coming to the local. Southwest, they are not waiting for Nigeria's governors forum. They are not waiting for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to organize the chief of army staff, the security meeting. Let them protect Oyo State or Ogun State. They are talking to themselves. The Lagos will talk to Ondo. They talk. This is local. Everybody comes together. The Fulani does not respect boundaries, but they respect people that are conscious of their locality. That is why the Middle Belt would be hard for the Middle Belt to fall against the Fulani, because these guys over the years they have been able to push back. They have refused to bow to the Fulani caliphate. Because locally, you see, some of us here, you think most of them don't wait for the federal government. Most of them, if it's possible, they resort to self-help. Before one Nigeria, most of these communities were dealing with the Fulani. Most of the communities were the Kanuri people. If you knew how they dealt with the Fulani, they are not waiting for the British, whatever, the one Nigeria. They themselves, as an ethnic group, came together and they resolved uniting in what they resolved that they are going to deal with these guys. And the Kanuri today, we have the Kanuri Empire. The Fulani cannot bully the Kanuri Empire. In fact, you see Boko Haram. Boko Haram, you see Kanuri. You see Fulani herdsmen, bandits, Iswap. You see the Fulani. Shetima is Kanuri. Erufai is Fulani. Erufai does not want Shetima. You see, let's look at northern politics now. Northerners are divided. Erufai does not want a Kanuri person to take over from Tinubu after his own tenure. That is why they are pushing for an Atiku. So the Kanuri and the Fulani themselves, they don't agree. See, the Kanuri stood their ground. The way the Yorubas stood their ground. But when Nigeria came and they softened everybody lowered their guard. And they are waiting for the court. Fulani will tell you that I will enter your land, take me to court. Unlike those days, if you enter somebody's land before one Nigeria, they will deal with you decisively. If in fact the Fulani will think twice before he enters somebody's land. But today, because they have captured, they have influence left, right, center. The system is not favorable to the average Nigerian. They will tell you that we are going to enter your land. Will take me to court. And when you take them to court, most of the times you don't have the resources to bring them to book or get justice. It takes only big men and big people. Now the federal government is saying that it has not banned grazing, open grazing. Federal government says it has not banned open grazing. That for now, open grazing still subsists. Federal government led by Professor Jega, a Fulani, in quote, I stand to be corrected. So now, that means the herders, farmer clashes will still continue. People will be killed. The federal government has not even put, they started this under Buhari, no political will to make sure that these guys are contained. Instead, Buhari was playing politics, wanting to overload his people because the Fulani believe that they'll be our master. No matter how you are in one Nigeria or they deceive you in one Nigeria, the Fulani believes that they're your master. So he wanted to master them over us. Now, another Fulani person, I stand to be corrected, Professor Jega, is saying that open grazing is not yet banned. We are trying to transit, BB grammar, when they want to deceive you. Now, at that time, you're going to use that grammar. We are trying to transit from open grazing to looking at modalities we can put in place to be able to contain this herder-farmer clash. My brother, if you want to tell us the truth, these things will not work. You know why? If you look at Middle Belt, it says herder-farmer clash. Herder-farmer clash. Some people will go come in the middle of the night, carry AK-47, carry RPG, carry guns to kill people. Is that a herder-farmer clash? Are people that are actively pushing for Islamization? Politicians in northern Nigeria will not use, I told you that if you see a politician, if you see a Nigerian politician, be prepared to see a manipulator, a liar, a deceiver, and a wicked person. Be prepared in your heart. Whatever you get from that person, be prepared to expect those things in case you trust politicians so much. So the northern politicians, Hausa Fulani politicians will say it is farmer herder clashes, blah blah blah. My brother, open grazing is banned in southern Nigeria because open grazing is a threat to the lives of the farmers. It's a threat to communities. The federal government has shown that it cannot, at a point, secure the lives of the people, which it is primary responsibility according to Constitution. Federal government has failed. So the next thing is for us to look at modalities on how we can also secure ourselves. In Nigeria today, now you they give yourself loan. Now you your health, now you take care of your health. Your security, now you take care of your security. Your water, now you provide your water. Almost everything that the government is supposed to be providing as a result of access to resources, we are providing it. So they should not worry about us in the southwest or south or southeast. We understand. See, what is hard, the Fulani is taken as a priority. Everybody has their business. But it is only the Fulani that they must give land for cows. They must give land for ranching. That they must have a gazette for grazing routes. Special, they give them a special status in the whole country. Fulani is because they are in government. They are in government. Let's move on. The Kwara state people say, Yoruba said, we don't want to be part of the north. We want to be part of the southwest. Fulani say no. Galadima once said that one of the reasons why they voted in Buhari was to stop the Yorubas from taking Ilorin. Imagine 12 local governments compared to how many local governments is in Ilorin? Is it 3 or 2? Out of 15 local governments, 12 belong to Yorubas. And we know the history of how these people came into Ilorin. And the people within 3 local governments, they are lording themselves over the other people with 12 local governments. Having to stay in the same space with this Fulani caliphate. That is why you see all this insecurity going on. If you look at Yoruba village, there's nothing like insecurity. They don't have time. Yorubas don't have time for all those, whatever it is. They want to just live their life and party and enjoy their life. But because you are living side by side with the Fulani, you expect that one night you just wake up, you see somebody that wants to kill you for no just reason. Just that the person is not happy that you are a Christian, is not happy that you are living your land peacefully. That is the problem with the Fulani. And however, national politics, one reason I'm supporting Tinubu, I've said it before, is so that the Fulani can be decimated politically. Because there's no how any government wants to come in without having to appoint the Fulani. Because Fulani don't take over northern Nigeria. And what did they do by taking over northern Nigeria is through religion. Now, those people will say they are religious. If the person in charge, who is a Fulani, Southern Sokoto, who under his supervision, things are happening. Under his supervision, they killed a Deborah because of alleged blasphemy. If the Hausas want to now free themselves, liberate themselves, they will bring in religion. And religion is just like something that just calm you down. Somebody wants to take action, religion will just calm that person down. The person will not take action again. Will now become forgiving. Don't worry, our reward is in heaven. No, your reward is not in heaven, because only God knows why he creates you and come for this earth. The Fulani, they are reaping their reward on earth, but they will tell you your reward is in heaven. Every institution is being headed by the Fulani. Almost every institution is being dominated by the Fulani in northern Nigeria. And they will never allow a Hausa man become the Sultan of Sokoto. Imagine somebody is holding traditional title and Islamic title. Only him. And he seems to be, they say he then gets Nigeria. Sultan of Sokoto, then get Nigeria. He's the most powerful traditional ruler. The other time we're talking about traditional rulers, they say Sultan of Sokoto will become the president, the Oni of Ife will become the vice president. It was rejected. I love the way Southerners are speaking up. You will see that the next generation, the narrative that is being pushed now, the next generation would stand up and fight for their rights. I tell you, it is sacrosanct. We'll do all we can until Fulani is the stranglehold of Fulani is taken away from our necks, because they are literally on our necks. There's no tribe in Nigeria that can do what the Fulani is doing, and they will not want to annihilate everybody. Look at IPOB and the Southeast. IPOB and the Southeast under Buhari. They will go to places and kill people. They will look at you as a young person. They'll just tag you IPOB and they will summarily execute you. They don't do such in the north. IPOB, because of IPOB, under IPOB is a movement that is asking for the Igbo people to be treated right in Nigeria. If they are not treated right, let them have their own country. That is IPOB. They are agitating. Army come, you kill more than 100 people. Because of people as harmless people, we just placard. You just started mowing them down. Would you do that in northern Nigeria? Would you do that in northern Nigeria? That's the question we're asking. Look at Nnamdi Kanu, life imprisonment. Look at ISWAP leader, 20 years. You can see the way one Nigeria is operating. I tell you, the Kwara people, it is time to start building community consciousness. Everybody should be educated. The PQ where they inside Bele should be educated that we must find ways of coming together to liberate ourselves from the hands of these people. Don't mean well. No matter how they come with let's come and dialogue. We are one Nigeria. You know when the Fulani sees that you are liberating yourself, they'll now bring all this kind of mede talk. Yes, we are one Nigeria. Nigeria. The differences is that there are some bad people amongst us, and blah blah. We the Fulani, we are not bad people. They are bad ex. No. We don't agree that one. That one is not applicable here. What we know is that history of the Fulani in Nigeria, consistently they have taken lands and they are willing to take more, and they will stop at nothing. Yes, but we will not stop until see this southern Nigeria, no go area. As we speak today, this southern Nigeria is no go area for any Fulani incursion. I was saying before, now people were looking at this young man. What is this young man saying? You see, Southwest governors, they meet on security. Southern governors, they meet on security. You see, say there will be a push at the assembly, at the National Assembly, at the House of Reps. There will be a push that let us amend this constitution. There will be pressure. What we in Southern Nigeria need to do today is that our representatives locally, we need to get their numbers and need to bombard them, tell them that we need a security architecture in our town, in our locality. We need it urgently. We need to know who is staying anywhere in this village. We need to have a profile. Local government should start working. These guys should be pressured. Local government chairman should be pressured. The councillor should be pressured. The House of Reps in that constituency should be pressured. The senator in that constituency should be pressured for security. Everybody needs to stand up. You see, from the local, our locality, our grassroots, when we pressure them, they will go up and also pressure the government of the day. Now that we have a Tinubu in government, is an opportunity. You might not get the opportunity anymore. Now we have a Tinubu in government. You see, let me say this. It might be a sentiment, but the Yorubas played the first one on northern Nigeria. They played the first one. They played a wise game on northern Nigeria. They played them. Look at what Tinubu did in last election. My eye they pain, no. My leg they pain, no. My teeth they pain. At the end of the day, he overcame. And this power. They killed Abiola. They killed Bola Ige. They did not. There was riot too, but they had to calm down. There's a book they call She Stooped to Conquer. They had to calm down, and intentionally they played some kind of politics. Now they are in power. They are in power. Tinubu appoints Yoruba in every agency of government so that they will know where. Look at Dele Alake. Dele Alake is at Minister of Mines, is attending security meeting. Do you know what it means? Is attending because Kabal's day. You see, I see Dele Alake, the guy he lean. You know, be like person will say he is a minister. You know, minister. So many minister they chop, they okay. So many whatever it is, and he's in the Ministry of Mines. You can know a lot of pressure in that area. So we pressure them, they go up there, and we have a president that is southern Nigeria that is willing, has a political will to decimate the Fulani. If we don't restructure Nigeria through this means, if we don't push for the amendment of the constitution now, if we don't do that while we have the time, if these Fulani people enter power, there is no amount of game we won't play them again. They have their reservations now. Mostly, they will not want to trust Yoruba politicians. They have their reservations now. They already have their reservations with the Igbos. Igbo politicians might align with them, but the Igbos themselves, they know that they will not want anything to do with the Fulani. Not even Hausas, the Fulani, because they know the Fulani for who they are. So if Fulani enter power, they have their reservations. The game where Tinubu play, they're not going to repeat them again. I tell you, you're not going to repeat them again. All those lobby. If they see you start lobbying, they'll just carry you and put for sale. If they see all those magumago, all those magumago deceptive politics, if the Yorubas would, at this point in time, everybody needs to sit up. It is the best time we have a chance. If you think you are going to play with the Fulani, Fulani holding a country hostage, but they become president. Fulani, they plan coup, but then they're there for defense. They are heading your defense. Ever since we had this Fulani in our, we could not. You say you want to defeat Boko Haram, ISWAP. Which other tribe can even do what the Fulani is doing? Which other tribe can even do what the Fulani is doing? So I said politics is local, security is local, development is local, even agitation is local. If you are going to get involved in all this, make sure that you have a local structure and local base. Because if you do not have a local structure and local base, you will be swept off by the one Nigeria. You know, one Nigeria. Now in Nigeria today, everybody's waiting. Let the government come and come and do this. You are waiting for one Nigeria to come and do this for you. The people that their lives have gone, they were waiting for one Nigeria. The people that decided to stand and secure themselves, most of them are alive today. I see some content on social media, TikTok. People are buying cutlass, buying gun. We are getting prepared. My brother, if you see the real deal, you can understand, say, we are not playing here. It's not about content making. It's about the survivor. So it's not about we come to sit down and say, and people just don't do anything. You need to be actively involved in making sure that there is a security arrangement to secure your land. Everybody on deck. That is why I love the meeting going on. I hope with all the meetings going on by the Southwest, the Southern governors, they will have the political will to implement those resolve, the things that they have resolved to do. One of the things I like is that if you are a non-indigene, you'll be profiled. They will comb the forests. Every forest will be combed. Nobody stays in his forest. If you stay in the forest now, it is a crime. If you stay in the forest, it is a crime. You know, there's a forest reserve in Oguna, on your state. I think it's Yawa North local government, something like that, in Ogun State. The government of the day needs to be very careful. If you go to villages today, our village today, we don't leave our mama and papa for village. This our mama and papa, they cannot stop this bandit. They know that we are going to the city. We are going to city to hustle. We leave them. We leave the village. And they are there. So we are saying, if you are traveling back home, I hope the Christmas will be will sweet. There will be dirty December, because I told you that these people have already vowed that nobody go sleep until election. May God help Nigerians.